Nope.
We live, man.
Okay.
Live now.
Boom, boom. Welcome down. I'm with it.
We are about to get this thing started.
Stay true to you is live now. It says that right on my screen. It says that on my screen. I wonder if I can send that link to somebody. Let me check it out.
Right, that's why I was like, can you get some people in here type stuff?
Hey, did you put just in case?
Are you in? You said what happened now?
I'm about to say if you're gonna play some music, just if we didn't put that, you know.
I don't right type. I hope it don't be on that.
Yeah, that part.
It'd be on that part. I don't want.
It do. We tried it.
We could just go ahead and get started and just let people jump in how they jump in, you know?
Oh, let's go.
That'll work. Give me 2 seconds.
Trying to find your link right now, sir.
Y'all just messed up.
Who?
Y'all. Bad.
What?
Fumbled at like the 5.
Okay. Y'all ready?
No, let's talk about that. I ain't ready yet. I need a few minutes.
Let's get it going. Here we go.
It's time for tea time.
All about my pace, so rapping and fit my lane. Treat the plane like a jet. Apple Watch on me, I rock it like it's a pretend.
What it do? You are rocking with the T-Time Podcast where you talk topics with T. I am your host, Royalty, and the place to be. And we can put that on. I'm gonna stop. I told y'all I can't help it. You know, it's like the rhyme pattern thing that I do, and it just flows so perfectly. But you already know what it is. It's Sunday. That's right. It is Sunday. I don't think they understand.
Don't hit it.
Hit it. You want me to hit it?
You gotta hit it.
Self-Care Sunday. You already know who I'm tuned up in here with on Sunday.
One day I'll be on top of the world. Yeah. That's just how I feel right now. It feels good. Yeah. It feels good. Yeah. It feels good.
That's what making plays feels like. It feels good. It feels like winning. This is Classic Talks Podcast, where we subscribe to a next play mentality, one conversation at a time. I am Dr. Classic. Let's talk about it. Yo, what it do? Self-Care. This is my favorite day, man.
What's happening?
We here on my favorite day. That's what's happening. Self-Care Sundays.
Sunday. You know, Sundays is lovely. Look at the smile. And then look, then we got Tone tapped in here too. He looking like a mime, like.
What's how y'all doing?
Good, Tone.
What's going on, bro?
Man, happy to be here on this self-care Sunday. You know, happy to tap in and tune in with you guys. You understand me?
How you feeling, brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, bro. I'm actually feeling good. On the up and up. You know, that's the only way we can look.
That's a great feeling.
Oh yeah.
That's a great feeling.
Oh yeah.
On the up and
on the ride.
And up. And
out
Time.
And
that's like a sermon for show. A sermon title. On and up and up.
On the and up.
Come on, somebody.
How you doing though? How you doing?
What's happening to him? Is it?
We talking to you. How you doing?
Oh, I was gonna spread my turn. I wanted to see how everybody was doing. I wanted to hear the good news. What's going on? No, I'm good. I'm doing great, and we're here on Self Care Sunday. So I jump into these moments like, yes, let's get to it. And it's
Right.
my second time around, so I'm doubly excited to be here.
Right.
Have a good week.
Right.
I've been to tell you, and I know I got a chance to tell you a second ago, but I want to let everybody know because as I'm crossing goals off, I was able to switch my workouts. I switched them to the morning, which was hard. As an athlete, knowing a workout in the morning is the best way to do it. I couldn't do it the last couple of years. I just had to do an afternoon session, but it was whooping me to try and work all day. Didn't have to talk myself into going to the gym. Many times I talked myself out of not going nowhere, just being comfortable and get something to eat.
Created that comfort out of discomfort. You know what I'm saying? To become comfortable. Yeah. Shot Talabo. Hey, hey, man.
I hear you, sir.
Sunday. We ain't gonna do that.
Elder Royalty, Elder.
Bishop T.
Man, I'm feeling good though. I know last week we had to skip out on our Sunday session last week due to things going on, elevation going on, things like that, and that's what we did. Took that time, utilized that time to actually elevate. I was able to roll out some new merchandise. I also was able to capitalize on some personal goals that I needed to get done, and I'm just in a good place. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. It was a beautiful week. Not only was I not able to get to my Sunday session, I also missed out on my Thursday session, but I did get back. I was able to still get that session in at a later date, and everything just worked out good. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing to always be proud of. When everything falls and it works out in your favor and you have no complaints behind it, then there's nothing to be mad about. You know what I mean? Sometimes we be mad about the little stuff that we did fix, but we still dwell on that little negative little issue. Like, no, just let it be. Just go on about the business. Let it be. So, yeah, I'm in a good place. I'm glad to see y'all in a good place, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Sundays is all about. Self-Care Sunday is all about that, which leads me into a quote that I wanted to bring forth. Nothing is impossible. Even the word says I'm possible. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I want people to just sit there and think about. You know what I mean? That right there goes back to what I just said. I'm possible is something positive, but even that can be turned into something negative when people start to look at it. It's all about that perception. So instead of looking at it as impossible, look at it as I'm possible and go after whatever it is you're trying to go after for. Achieve them dreams. That's how you're going to get your happiness, which is going to get your success.
Yeah, man. We recently touched on this. Like, we have to think uncommonly in these times. Like, this is a perfect time to have uncommon thinking. There's nothing common about what we're going through. Nobody knows where we're going. Everybody trying to figure it out. So there is no real answer. Only thing you can do is try and put your head down and figure out where you're gonna go. Figure out how you gonna get there. And on the up and up, make sure you helping somebody else, because that's where your growth coming from. It's always looking to the left, looking to the right. Who can you bring with you? Who can you be a service to? So yeah, I'm with it 100%. And I see Tune in here. I see Tune is on healthcare, on Self-Care Sundays. What's going on? How you feeling this Sunday?
Feeling good. I was listening to y'all talk earlier, and something I wanted to say was a lot of things that people worry about are things that they can't control. And
facts.
Those are things you shouldn't be worrying about
at all, right?
If you can't change the outcome of it, move on. You know what I mean? Don't linger in the past. Don't hold on, like bro was saying. You know what I mean? We gotta learn to let go and learn that it's okay to let go.
Right, facts.
Because when you let go, you're making space to learn new things or experience new things, because that's how you learn, through experience.
Right.
So
which is I don't mean to cut you off, but which is a big part in manifestation that people are looking for. I see a lot of people speak on manifestation and how they're manifesting this and manifesting that, but the thing about it is manifestation goes bigger than just a thought. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, I think I'm going to be rich one day. You know what I'm saying? No, you have to think rich, you have to experience rich, you have to feel rich, you have to want rich, and that's how manifestation is. It's bringing all 5 of those senses into one and vibrating that frequency out into the universe so that you can get it back into return. So don't think that you can be rich by just sitting there thinking it. You still have to apply yourself. You know what I'm saying? You still have to vibrate at the level of being rich. You still have to want to be rich. You still have to live and feel as if you're rich. And then you're going to look up one day, and what your meaning of rich might be might not be what you see, but then you're going to understand what it really means to be rich, because it's not about having a lot of money. Being rich is not about having a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Rich comes with like passion. You feel rich. You're not physically rich. You just feel it because you're able to do whatever it is that you need to do and not what you want to do.
And there, listen, sir,
Oh.
Elder Royal. Listen, when he get, man, everybody be on AJC. If it was the drummer, we'd get ready to.
Hey, that's Bishop T.
Man,
Yeah,
and you know what? The good thing about it is, like, if we really just take our perception of how things are, like, you got to learn to not dwell on things. You got to learn to not get obsessed with wanting to know what it is. Like, it's not an easy concept to just, okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about it. I'm gonna stop worrying about it. Having worry and faith they don't sit in the same, they can't live together. So it's one of those things where you have to continue intentionally training yourself that you're not gonna figure out the outcome. We got here off of a technicality. We just completely broke down a few minutes ago. When I say lights out, broke down. If we can't get to a place where we have to keep moving, like that's what next play mentality is about. The concept is just continuously making plays. You're gonna fail your way to the top. Everybody who's successful is gonna tell you a story about failing that got them to a different level. So let's just figure out how to stay in tune with this.
Listen, you won't even be able to, you wouldn't even understand what success is or even know how to experience success if it wasn't for failure.
Or even appreciate success.
You know what I mean? Perfection doesn't even happen without failure. You know what I mean? Failure is for everything. For every positive, there's a negative, and you have to experience those negatives to even embrace and understand what the positive is of something. Like, if you just woke up in the morning and was like, I need $1,000, and boom, it popped up in front of your face, would you appreciate it more than actually going to do something and putting forth the effort to get that $1,000? Because what starts to matter is the journey to get to what it is that you want. And a lot of people don't pay attention to the journey because they just want what they want right then and there. It's like that commercial. It's my money and I need it now. Right. But if you get it now, then you're not going to really appreciate it, because it's all about the journey to going to get it. And that's what life is. I had put that up in the status the other day. We live to learn. That's the only way we learn to live. Life is all about cycle. You know what I'm saying? We go through an entire life of learning just so we understand the correct way to even live. Just for it all to end, and then probably start all over again. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say the blessing in that is, like, now we always talk about it, is that you have to celebrate these steps in between it. I think what happens is we don't take enough time to celebrate our wins. Like, we have wins, we're working on something, we get in that mode of, I just want to be rich, I want to be this, I want to be this next level. If you don't slow down and celebrate what you are crossing off your path, like I love the post you put up the other day, where you're saying this is where I started, and you sitting on the couch and you got the mic off to the side and you got your computer in your lap, so now you got a whole studio. Like, that is something that you have to celebrate those benchmarks. This is what we gonna fall in love with when we get the outcome. That's what we knew that was coming. That's what he was working on. That's what we had faith in. It's this process that we gonna sit down and tell everybody, like this is my journey, this is my route. So I'm hoping people can fall in love and celebrate the wins of this process, because that's what making plays is all about. Just having enough courage, having enough vulnerability to keep getting to another level, keep leveling up.
Facts.
See, everybody wants everything so microwave nowadays. Instead of a good, quick good home cooked soul food.
That might take a little time.
It take a little time, right?
The one we had last week.
Right.
You know
get a before
hot pocket. You know what I mean?
And to add on to what you're saying, it's that, because what do you appreciate the most out of that? When you're sitting there and you with mama and y'all peeling the greens.
Yep.
Or for those that might do it, you see the statuses. Me and mama just cleaned 4 pounds of chitlins. You enjoy that more than the meal. It'd be so many leftovers because of how much food you done cooked. It was like, nah, what I really appreciated was how we all crashed at mama house that night and pitched in with cooking the dinner. That's your life. That's how life works. Appreciate all these little stepping stones that you're going through, because when you get to that final point in life, that's when you're going to smile like, I enjoyed the journey more than this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, the Diddy's and the Jay-Z's when they step outside on the balcony overviewing California and just feel the breeze while the sun's setting, just look over. It's not a more so about look what I got type of thing. It's more so a feeling like, man, I remember sitting on Marcy steps selling waters. You know what I'm saying? To like, look now, I'm standing over here looking at Marcy from
And I
over.
want to have a Diddy robe. I need the robe when I stand out there, though.
Come on, man.
You were everywhere. I want that same robe. I want to feel that same breeze. That robe.
It's gonna happen though. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that comes with, you know what I'm saying, manifestation. And that's all that comes with the thinking and the feeling and the experiencing of everything that you want. That's the plus in it. Which leads me into something that I wanted to shine light on, all the black entrepreneurship that's going on right now. Like, come on now, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it to the core. I everywhere I look, you know what I mean, it's people sparking ideas or people starting something or people thinking of starting something. Even when you're speaking those ideas out loud to people and to somebody, what that starts to do is send that frequency out into the universe. You know what I'm saying? And every time you send that frequency out, it's just you saying to the universe, this is what I want, which brings it that much closer. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to attack those dreams and goals every single day. That's where nano goals come in. I know, Toon, I had talked to you about that. Like, hey, bro, start setting nano goals. These are the smallest goals that you can possibly set. But what they are little milestones and little benchmarks that you get to your bigger goals, your short-term goals and your long-term goals. So you might have something simple as, today I'm going to type up the script for the self-care Sunday thing. Boom, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make me a cup of coffee, make sure I drink that. You know what? I'm also going to drink 16 ounces of water before 12 o'clock. These are little nano goals because you're going to start to appreciate those little itty bitty accomplishments, which prepare you for the big accomplishments that you're going to have, so that you can start to learn appreciation and gratitude. Because once you vibrate that out, that's a wonderful feeling to get back, the vibration of gratitude.
And let me give you a little step down behind that. Like, what we are, think about what you just did with those little nano goals. You are making your playbook for what it took for you to get to wherever it is that you're trying to go. The other part of that is we don't really exchange money for time. We exchange money for value. The time that you are putting in right now, you're creating your value. You know what I'm saying? So when we are sitting around and we're creating goals, we're talking about what we need to check off our list. We look at it from a day's point of view, a week's point of view, over a month, you know what I mean, expand it out to an annual look. We are really just focusing on the value we're trying to create. That's what essentially is going to bring the money in the door, is the time we spend on that. Nano goals are important. Any type of goal, anything that you can write down, vision out, see yourself work it through and cross off your list, that got to be something that you celebrate, because it's really going to become valuable. A lot of what people do, especially with businesses, they just recreate what they already know, whether it's a brand. It could be a hat. I know this language. I know branding material. It could be a sweatshirt. You know, priority is big right now. I stay wearing, you know, talking through priority. People are just rebranding what they are living every day. It's just their playbook. So exactly. I think if you take that concept to being like, hey, everything that I'm writing down, everything I'm doing, every goal that I'm crossing off, it just becomes your playbook. Now that's your parable for how you got to it, how you got to the bag, how you got to the service. That's what it is.
And that's how I'll be looking at with True to You. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell people with the podcast and everything, I'll get on here and tell your story, because your story becomes your brand. It becomes something that somebody else might become inspired by. My story might not align with somebody else's, but I might know somebody whose story does align with somebody else's. And you might just give that much inspiration and motivation for them to keep pressing forward or to overcome some stepping stone that they might have in their life.
Facts.
I kind of like how we doing this with the live ordeal and everything. You know what I'm saying? It kind of feel a little bit more natural. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Here out there, do, and it makes sense. And this is what we're trying to get to. We're getting together just to talk about how to self-care, how to take care of yourself first, so you can take care of somebody else. Like, we have to be mindful. That's what I wanted to get to, mindfulness. It's really intentional about, like, really directly addressing what's going on with you. That's really what's happening. We have to recharge. We have to take time. We have to see ourselves as whole and capable. Once we can get to a place like that, we can help somebody else. We can do something that we're passionate about that's going to bring about a service. It's going to bring about value. It's going to bring about money. But it really starts with you taking care of yourself. We got to get together and figure out, you know, when I'm feeling bad, what's really the source. I don't want to treat just the symptoms. I want to go ahead and knock it out so I can be over with it. I wanted to tell us, and I brought the numbers in, and you're going to be astonished, but we are the most sedated and most adapted. Like, when I think of sedated, I mean medicated.
Right.
Generation we really just try and cope and deal with things. We don't address anything, right? That's what's really weighing some of us down. Is our trauma. We haven't healed on some things. And instead of
And
addressing it, we just sedate ourselves. We medicate ourselves. We get ourselves to a place where we can cope with it. We can deal with it.
right, and you see that you see that now, and that's the difference when a lot of the people that I work with, we're more expressive. You know what I'm saying? We if we don't like something or we feel something is not right, we open our mouth and we speak on it. Even if nobody's listening, it feels good just to get it out. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not getting it out, you're bottling it in, and eventually, what happens? That Coke bottle gets tight, and
Yeah.
sometimes that cap won't hold. And then when you explode, now everything that you've been working towards and everything that you've been showing people, now you're going to show the complete opposite of that. And that's what makes people say, oh, you're not so good after all. You know what I'm saying? No, I get it off.
And sometimes what that is holding it in is you feel like people don't care, but you know, when you hold things in, people look at you like, tell me so I can care, you know,
Right.
tell me so I can know. You know, sometimes we gotta learn, you know, we all say it's hard to trust people, but guess what? I know if I call T, I know word is bond. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like whatever I talk to him about, he's not gonna talk to me as far as like as with a bias, with any bias.
He's gonna talk to you like you're capable. He gonna talk to you like you able, right?
Yep.
Hear me?
Yep.
Ebos.
So, you know, communication is always good. Conversation rules the nation. You know, we gotta let each other know what's up with each other.
Most definitely.
That's how we care about each other.
And
how we show care, yes, for sure.
and that's where you had tapped in, where you were saying we need to come together with sharing those ideas and stuff like that. That was just something else I'm starting to notice, the support that we're starting to show. You know what I mean? We're starting to show a lot of support for one another, buying each other's, you know, brands and stuff like that. I believe I was talking to bro where I was like, man, it's like Skip Kohl's and Target and Walmart and all the designer brands and everything. Like it go for somebody you know what I'm saying, and sow a seed. You feel what I'm saying? Because you never know what that does for their self-confidence. You know what I'm saying? Just to know, like, support from those close to you means more than people know. Us as entrepreneurs and things like that, we do sit back and we start to let go of that stuff. Like, I really don't care who supports me or not. But little do you know, when you see that support really coming from those that are close to you, it's enough to keep you going. You know what I'm saying? But when that support is not there, being an individual that's like got his hands in a lot of different pots, you would understand how that support can destroy something. Because like for a while, I almost even stopped doing music just based off the fact that I felt like I wasn't getting enough support. But then I learned. Like you gotta support yourself.
Yeah.
So that other people will learn to support you.
Let me say this too, and we talk a lot about, you and I mention this a lot. Everybody is on their own journey. We don't always give it credit when it offends us, but everybody is on their own journey. So when somebody is not really supporting you that you feel should be, that they're on a journey as well. You know what I mean? Like they're working towards something as well. They're trying to be the best royalty as well. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where we have to get to a place where we so comfortable. We not looking for validation. That's when we fall off the mark. If we're looking for validation all the time, when people don't give us the support we're looking for, what we start to do is we start to validate in ourselves what our insecurities were, what our fears were, what we thought wasn't right anyways. Oh, she not coming to my show, and this is because I'm really not that good. I'm not at this level. I didn't get that piece of equipment, or she really not supporting me in writing this paper because she don't want to see me succeed. She don't want to see me grow, and it's really a fear of our own. So we have to get to a place where even if people that we believe, because there's some people, man, that you would think, hey, as soon as I drop, you should be the first one in line. You should have downloaded it. You should have got to it. You should have listened to it. And it's really not the case. They walk in their journey, and what really happens is I have to be self-aware and confident enough that what I'm working on is gonna get to the places it's supposed to be. The message is gonna get to where it's supposed to go. So when people are not supporting you, I don't want it to be a devastation to you all the time, versus let me accept that they are on a journey too, and whatever it is that I'm struggling with, I can't let that validate why I shouldn't be doing it, why I shouldn't move forward.
Sometimes you got to look at that as a push. You know what I mean? When you're not getting that support. Right. That's how I was overcome it. You know what I'm saying? Look at it as a push. Like, okay, you don't want to support me? Well, I'm gonna make you support me. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna make somebody support you? By going as hard as you possibly can. Because once you go as hard as you possibly can, something's going to spark that makes somebody go, I see you doing your thing. There's a share. I see you doing your thing. There's a like. I see you doing your thing. There's a comment. Hey, let me do this. Let me do that, because now I want to be a part. Because too many times we have to understand this too about people. Too many times we have been showed fake. And what I mean by that is somebody starts something with the greatest idea, greatest plan, and greatest kickstart to it, but they don't stick with it. So then people start to think of their self as investment. Me purchasing this or me putting into this or me doing that was just my way of saying, all right, I'm riding with you. But are you going to ride with somebody that you don't know their destination? I got to know where you're going. And if you stop, that means I don't know where you're going. So why would I continue to support? So that's how you have to look at the things that you're doing. You know what I mean? It's your car, but you got to show somebody your destination. And once you show them your destination, then they want to ride with you. You know what I'm saying? Now I see you actually, this is what you do. You're not afraid to ride alone to this destination. So now I want to see why you taking this drive. What does this do for you? What's going on? And that's how you get people to be a part. And I'm speaking based off experience. Because I can remember, you know what I mean, in just a year span when I first started, it was something to talk about. And nobody was really, you know what I mean, rocking with it. No shade on anybody, because I do appreciate all the love and support that I do get. But I'm just kind of speaking on my journey. When I first started, it was kind of a me thing. It wasn't nobody really seeing what I was seeing and seeing what I was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But in just a little bit over a year's time, now I'm getting people to see, like, okay, now I see what you're trying to do, and I respect that, and I stand for it. You know what I mean? And now you're giving me something to talk about. Before you never know. It might only last 2 months. Then you might go back to being, you know, what you were or who you were, or something else might come up. You know what I'm saying? But no, you're sticking to this because this is doing something for you.
Right. Let me tell you what I hear you saying. Really, you're consistent. So people have to have a level of consistency to get a level of respect. It sounds like it should be just all respect is going to be given. People are going to see you in that 5-minute window that they know you as. So you can come to them with this brilliant idea, but if they know you as, you know, the little kid who don't ever really, you know, get nothing done, you keep failing, you keep going back into this relationship, you keep going back into that partnership, you haven't finished school, whatever it is that they see you as, sometimes they just see you as that. And if you can't get to a place where you're consistent enough, your work is going to show for you. Your time is going to show for you. Every time you're on live, every time you pumping something out, that's the consistency that does all the speaking. Now you don't have to stand in front of somebody and pitch your idea. It's already out in front of people because you consistently pumping the message out, consistently getting information out. That's a testament of who you are and your growth and your level. You got to be willing to go regardless of who on the side of you, who with you this week, who not. Just be on go mode. And I feel like consistency, I have to touch this every day. There's no day where I can't touch something. I got to write something. I got to research something. I got to talk to somebody. Like every day, this has to have a feel for me, because consistency is going to get me to the finish line. If I'm going to get out of it what I put in it. So if I'm inconsistent and I'm throwing little darts here and there, I'm gonna get little darts back. if I run the corner, I'm with it. I'm in it.
Right, and it becomes something that you just don't only use for these sake. It have been times where we just linked up just to become familiar with what it is that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing. Along with your consistency, you have to be familiar. People can see when you're not comfortable when doing something that you do. You know what I mean? So that's what you also want to do. In your consistency, you have to have comfort. You know what I'm saying? There you go. We got the 3 C's for today. You got consistency, comfort, and confidence. You hear me? These 3 things right here help you reach them support levels that you're trying to get to. Because once people see you consistent on something, then it lets them know that you're doing it for a reason that's helping you for greater gain. Then once you see we got
confidence, because that's the preparation. Confidence ain't nothing but preparation. You said it right. So the only reason why I'm super confident I know I got it is because I prepared. I'm here. I'm in it because I took the notes. I wrote the paper. I studied. I read. I did my time. So I prepared. So I can come in this conversation confident.
Right, and
preparation prevents poor performance.
Come on now, that's always
indeed.
That's right, Jack.
And that's one thing you want to do. You want to stand up tall in something that you're doing, because if somebody see that you're strong-willed about something that you're aiming towards, then you be you know what I mean, then it makes them want to stand up strong will behind it. Like I said, if you see a person, that 5 guys about to jump somebody, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to go to the violent thing, but let's really look at it that way. If you see 5 dudes trying to jump one guy and that one guy is standing up for himself, it eagers you to kind of want to help him out. Because you're like, you know, no, like he willing to stand up by himself, but they just wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, let me be the one that go and help. You know what I'm saying? But if you see somebody not trying to support themselves, what makes you? Well, I don't want to fail with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. And that's what you're showing me with no confidence. You showing me that, yeah, I'm doing this, but it ain't really doing nothing. Like, no, even if it's not doing nothing, it's doing something for you. So stand behind the fact that it's doing something for you, and that right there should be enough boost of confidence. You're doing one step closer, or you're doing something that somebody that's telling you can't do it is not doing. It's the only reason why they're telling you you're not doing it, because they're not doing it. How they speak, what people speak out is what they see in themselves. And that's one thing you should always remember before you let other people's words affect you and how you feel.
And before you let people's words affect how you feel, you prove it to yourself first. Because once you prove it to yourself, nobody could tell you nothing different. You know, that's another thing with self-care, that confidence. That's one of them C's. Prove it to yourself. Forget what everybody's saying. It's about me. It's about Tune. You know what I mean? This is my journey. If I prove to myself I can not take this same road that I know is going to take me to somewhere I don't need to go. If I can put my own roadblock right there and make myself go this way, the right way now, instead of to the left. Now I'm to the right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you start at home, like earlier. You start at home, man. Figure it out. You'll help other people figure it out. You know, you just pass it along. That's a blessing. Finding yourself is a blessing in itself, because you can always teach somebody something and they can pass it on. We all just. We all just get along?
Right. And you find that by being alone.
Yep.
People need to be alone so they can have the time to actually reflect. You know what I'm saying? When you don't take the time to reflect, then you won't understand what it is that you solely need to correct and do to get better or move forward. You know what I mean? We get distracted when we're sitting around other people because you start to look at them, wonder what they thinking, wonder what they doing. Yeah. What's your next move? No, just sit alone for a second and get yourself together.
We start losing appreciation for ourselves.
Right. Even when you look in the good book, we always reflect on the good book. Indeed. On Self-Care Sundays. When you look in the good book, a lot of the great men, a lot of things, you know what I mean? A lot of times, the Most High wasn't even able to speak to somebody unless they were in the wilderness or they were alone. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too easy to tap in and speak to somebody when they were within a crowd of people. You know what I mean? Look at that in your life now, and however you want to look at anything, because that's how I feel. The universe will never be able to send a full frequency to me if I'm surrounded all the time by things. Sometimes you need to be alone so that you can receive all that energy that's coming in, because if you're sitting amongst a bunch of people all the time and you're spitting out ideas and your manifestation and your dreams and your goals, think about like speakers. You know what I mean? If you got some speakers and you're blasting a song, but you got things in front of that speaker, the sound gets weaker and weaker. But if you give it an open space to actually go, you get all the sound that you're looking for. So that's the same thing when you're vibrating out. You want to sometimes be alone. That way, everything that you're sending out, that sound is coming back to you. That all that energy is coming back to you. Sometimes we got to be stingy with our energy. You know what I'm saying? You got to contain it. You got to conserve it. You know what I'm saying? And it's things that you don't want to speak out loud, but it's Self-Care Sunday, and I'm not afraid to voice the things that I have going on. Like I'm actually preparing myself because I'm going to go on a 7-day fast. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at it as an energy conserving things. A lot of things that I'm putting my energy to, I actually can be conserving that energy, and that energy can be put forth towards something else. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to go into the details of it because it's more personal, but that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And these are things that people need to start doing in their lives. This is taking control of your life. You know what I'm saying? We allow too many people and too many things to have control over us. Even when mentally we think we have control, we don't have control. You know what I mean?
And you said it, like it's that space too. Like we talked about this Self-Care Sundays. even meditation. Like you have to get to a place where you can get all the junk out the way. You can get everything can be quieted for a second. I put up the other day, like almost everything works again when you unplug it for a second. Even you, if you can unplug it for a second, it'll work again. It'll come around to you. You have to understand that your energy is what you are getting recharged in that private time, in that small time where you feel like you're at a low point. If you re-energize, like be understanding that not everybody deserves to have your energy. Not everybody deserves to have access to your energy. You said it right. Like there's a space that I have to allow you to get here. You have to show me that you even deserve to get some of this energy and get some of this time. So you right 1,100%. Like making sure that you understand what self-care means from a space of your mindset. Your mindset is in control. We make decisions through the lenses that we have that really are overtaking what we're thinking about. If we hungry, every decision we make from now until we eat gonna be based off of us being hungry. Y'all want to instant? Yeah, I do. I want to get up out of here quickly if we can. I'm hungry. Y'all want to run over to? Well, let's stop at McDonald's where nobody should be eating that right now. But let's stop somewhere where I wouldn't usually eat, but I'm hungry and it's quick and I can get that right now. That lens, man, we have to take time and be intentional about understanding how that's affecting what we thinking.
Right, and that's that perspective. We always speak about perspective and perception. You know, it's just how you see it. You know what I mean? And I was actually speaking to my brother about that same type of stuff, like looking at things and understand that there is a blessing behind every lesson that we receive. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we look at the lesson as a bad thing. And this is just us in grade school as kids. Somebody give you a math sheet full of problems and you don't get it. What do? Do you take the time to learn it? Or do you push the paper to the side and you find something else to do? You know what I'm saying? No, take the time to learn what it is that you need to do instead of pushing everything to the side because you give up. You know what I mean? When you give up on those small things, you're giving up on that big thing that you're actually trying to achieve. So you actually don't want to, you want to focus on those small things, on not giving up on those small things. Even if it's simple stuff, like I know tomorrow I need to get washing done, let me get it done. But instead you're like, man, I don't feel like, you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. You're just putting it off. You're just putting it off. And as you continue to put off the little things that you need to do, then you're putting off your dreams.
And let's give them real tactics. Like I put up a post. I'm not gonna cap. I started my New Year's resolutions. Like you guys start your goals. Like start working towards them. You know how people be like, I'm gonna wait till Monday and start my diet, and it be Tuesday.
Right.
You can start on Wednesday. You can start on Wednesday. You don't need a brand new week Monday to get to, you know what I mean? Like we got to get to a place where we fall in love with that man. Like Jared McFarland, the guy who does the Classic Talks podcast Thursday sessions with me, smart guy. He talks to me a lot about winning the day. He said the first thing he does in the morning is he makes his bed up. To him, that's a win. Like he knows when he comes home, his bed is gonna be made. Everybody know how I feel to walk in your room and your bed made. Like, thank you, man. Ain't nothing on it. I can just get in it. When you really,
you're like, oh my God.
So just like win the day, put some goals up there that, you know, realistic goals, attainable goals, and see yourself continue to cross stuff off your list. We got to get some stuff done. Like for no reason should we think or be naive to think that we're special, that it's just going to fall in our lap. We're going to be found doing something we're supposed to do, and it's going to hit us in our journey. It's going to hit us on track to wherever it is we're supposed to get. It's going to align, and it's not going to be how we plan it. It's never how we plan it. A to B. I don't know what y'all's look like, but mine is I don't know where I'm at. It's just I know I'm going to be, and I know I'm going to make it. Somehow. You got to go with that, man.
That's them nano goals. Like that getting up in the morning, that like you said, that's a win. When you wake up in the morning, you like, yeah, but how many of y'all get up in the morning to make sure y'all bed made? I bet when I get home from work, I can lay down. I ain't stuff all over my bed. You know what I mean? Those little things matter because those little things prepare you to attack those big things. You know what I'm saying? I love attacking little goals. You know what I mean? Things that people might look at you and feel like it's not an accomplishment. It's not about that. It's not about their validation. Validate yourself that you accomplished something, even if it's something small. Like, bro, I went through the whole day without spending no money. What? That's your nano goal. Like, bro, right. And I'm going to try to do the same thing tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, you done went a whole week and you ain't spending no money because you were focusing more so on your needs than your wants. A lot of the time we spend money on wants, not needs.
Right. Yep. 1% every day. 1%.
Right. Is it a necessity or are you just sitting here like, I got it, so why not? Like, no.
But if you turn those wants into the reward for your goals, I think it's a win-win. You want to reward yourself with some of the stuff you want, right? So get some stuff done. Right. Get some stuff done so you can turn around and say, you know what, I wanted this, so I should have it because I worked for that. I got to that. So yeah, 110% still with it. Like, I want to get it done. Let me knock this off. Let me knock this off the plate. Let me fall in love with this part.
That's how that's where I'm at right now. I think that's why I'm having so much fun with it right now. Like I fell in love with the journey. So every little thing that I'm doing now, I just get excited about it. Even if nobody else is excited about it, I'm excited about it, to where if you don't want to hear about it, then don't come around me, because I'm going to talk about it. You feel what I mean? Like, that's where you need to be, to where people get tired of it. That's why everywhere you look, you see True to You. Everywhere you look, you see T-TimeStudios. T-TimeStudios. Every
T-Time.
But yeah, that's why everywhere you look, you see it all, because I'm so excited about it that I don't want to do nothing but continuously just share it, like, because it's doing something for me, and I just want people to see that, and I wanted to do something for them. That's all it is. Like, it makes me feel good to see everybody posting like, oh yeah, I received. Never mind, I'm not gonna go into the conversation. Sorry, nothing on this cast pod, but yeah, I do appreciate people sharing the things that they have received from me, because that's what I'm going about in the season of giving. Just trying to make spirits right. And
tell everybody what you're talking about. What do you have to? What do you have? What are the treats? You just got all your stuff in, man. I'm waiting on my package currently, and he almost messed the session up for everybody. I keep telling people that we almost had an altercation. We wasn't gonna be friends. He had my address for quite some time. I gave it to him personally. I wanted my stuff. Have not received my package, but I'm gonna let him tell the rest of the story.
So yeah, you know, when you're partnering up with people, you like to share your ideas, and I share a bunch of ideas of things that I got going on with Classic Talks here. You know what I mean? Because you know, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? So I spoke ahead of time, and you thought that I had things that I didn't have yet. I were waiting to come. So I am in the process now. I told you we're gonna get you together. I'm gonna get you sent out this week. I promise you. But what it is I just rolled out new bundle packs of the True Sense, True Sensation, True Aromatherapy. I got those awesome scents too. I know you came through, you smelt them or whatever. You see what I got together. Beautiful scents. I'm gonna make sure to include that for you. You're gonna love it. I also rolled out a line of hats, the U Camp caps. You got to get them while they're here. You know how I do things. I don't really like to have a set thing to where it's like I'm selling a certain shirt and I just got it forever. No, like, everything is so personalized with me, and it happens based off of meaning, that when you get something, I wanted to mean something to you. You know what I'm saying? So something that you might get from me, it might not ever come back. You know what I'm saying? But it's for you to have that exclusive shirt, for you to look at somebody else like, oh no, I got these. You know what I mean? When he first came out, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shirt right here, that's why each shirt has its own like name and stuff with it, because a lot of my merchandise is off filling. You know what I mean? Off filling. Just make sure that nobody misinterpret that. It's off of filling. You know what I mean? So I do got the hats, the U Camp caps going out right now. And then also I do have the T-Time shirts, Talk Topics with T, those shirts. And then I have the True to You logo shirts that I just rolled out as well. I did send a mass message out and a broad Facebook status out to people, because we're doing some upgrades over here. So I did want to upgrade my contact list. And for those, you know, some people take you serious, some people don't take you serious. And these are the moments where you kind of see like who really supports you and who's kind of like, I mean, I see you from a distance. You know what I'm saying? You know how I see you ... from a, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Right. So I get, you know what I mean, those people that did capitalize off of getting their information in time and stuff, you know, all these people are kind of receiving random mysterious mail to their homes, and it's like big appreciation coming out from that. And what else I got? Oh, me and Tone are actually connecting. You're gonna hear about some stuff coming up in the next couple weeks, but you know, we're doing some major changes. And before I wrap that up, I do want to shout out Classic Talks podcast, Dr. Classic. We did some major upgrades to the T-Time studio over here, and a lot of it wouldn't have been possible if you didn't sit down and kind of conversate with me, kind of show me what you got going on, and kind of help me take it to where it needs to be. Everything is just flowing so much better, so smoothly. We're able to do what we're doing right now and capture the live, while we're also going to be able to put together something special for YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? You just can't be mad right now. Everything is just beautiful.
Yeah.
We want to shout you out for that, because it's definitely, it's always been a vibe in here, but now it's like really a vibe in here. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate the help from that. But yeah, it's just ending the year off great, feeling wonderful. You know what I mean? My goal, I talked to Tune about, my goal was to reach 1,000 plays on the podcast by the end of the year, and we're soaring. We had almost at 1,200. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm just appreciating everything that's going on right now, but I'm not losing sight, you know what I mean, of the journey. I'm not losing sight of the goal. I'm still pressing forward. I'm still getting better. I still want to find ways to capitalize. I still want to, you know what I mean, because it's not about me. You know what I mean? It's the passion I got for it. So I appreciate everything that's going on, but understand the stuff that I'm doing is not like a gloating thing. It's really what I'm going to do. That's why the stuff that I'm sending out, one of the things that says making spirits bright, because that's how I wanted to bring the season in. You know what I mean? I wanted people to understand, like, the year started off horrible. I understand that, but it's not about how we start. It's how we finish. So let's finish happy. Let's finish with positive spirits, positive minds, positive mentalities, and let's make 2021 better than 2020, no matter the circumstance.
It sounds like you want to the audience call again.
Oh, I did it.
Oh.
You know, that's your job to handle. You got to go ahead and give it to them.
And we can do it. Honestly, when we get together like this, it's a blessing for me right out the back. So I love to share this time with other people. I love to just have this conversation. Thinking about yourself, creating a space where you can care for yourself, it has to be the ultimate mission. Once you get on that mission, you're going to see how many doors you can be connected to, open up, and walk through with other people, because you just are your whole. So we're looking for people who are willing to make plays, to make sure that they create a space for, you know, self-care for themselves. They have to be on the list of people that they have to take care of. And when we get together, we come together to talk about how to take care of each other, whether it be directly to oneself or to look to the left and make sure that the person next to you is getting what they need too. So we speak equity just like we ask for it. And we're trying to get people what they need. Hopefully we can make plays and continue to grow. So we're looking for that kind of audience. Next play mentality.
All right. And as always, we do want to thank you for rocking with the T-Time podcast. Be sure to follow us. It's coming soon. We did roll out the Facebook page today and everything. Shouts out to my boy Tone.
Tone out here.
We gonna do that, but
Sure to
follow, you know what I mean, on all of our social media platforms. Also take time to visit us at www.true2you2.com. That's www.true2you2.com. As always, I like to leave you with the acronym. That's peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. Peace, love, prosperity. And until next time.
It's time for tea time.
Out.
Let's talk about it.